America's nonprofit arts industry generates $135.2 billion in economic activity and supports millions of jobs. Hello and thanks for joining us. I'm Laurel Hess and this is Comcast Newsmakers. Our topic today is ArtServe Michigan. Here to discuss it with us is its president and CEO, Jennifer Goulet. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me today.
It wasn't too long ago that we were talking about funding for arts, especially state funding and some federal funding being cut as the economy was struggling. And I know that you have recently finished a survey that shows that perhaps the arts industry as a whole is contributing so much to the economy that it's worthy again of perhaps even an increase in funding.
Absolutely. Well, I think the last time I was here was soon after the funding for state arts and cultural funding was nearly eliminated. And so we've been a part of a very important body of work to do a better job of documenting the economic impacts of arts and culture across Michigan's communities, knowing in our hearts that it is a powerful economic driver, changing places and people all across the state and fueling Michigan's reinvention. And the report that we released this year called Creative State Michigan was really astounding. For the first time, we have access to an online data set of the types of job impacts, spending impacts, audience reach impacts of our nonprofit arts and cultural sector through something called the Cultural Data Project, which is, has been developed by the Pew Charitable Trust. And what we were able to document this year is that based on a small set of about 10% of the nonprofit arts sector statewide, just 211 organizations, back in 2009, at the low point in Michigan's economy, those mighty organizations contributed nearly $500 million in spending in local communities across the state, contributing in rich ways to Michigan's economy. Of that, about $152 million went to salaries, supporting 15,560 jobs. And
not to mention, I would imagine if we've got, for example, the DIA, which we've just done a great job figuring out
Absolutely.
a way to finance it. Not only does it employ people and provide salaries, but how do we measure the tourism, the people who come into our state or visit or just head downtown and spend money because
Absolutely.
it's there.
The arts, in addition to themselves creating jobs and generating that spending, are creating the kinds of vibrant communities that keep and attract the talent that we need to fuel Michigan's workforce, shaping the kinds of places where businesses want to invest and where we all simply want to live, work, and explore. And mentioning cultural tourism, one of the fun facts that we learned based on research from Pure Michigan is that the arts and cultural sector is a powerful driver of state tourism revenues. In 2010, generating 17%, more than $2 billion towards state revenue income. That's more than golf, hunting, fishing, boating, sailing, winter skiing, and viewing sporting events combined.
I knew you were going to say combined at the end of that.
Absolutely. So,
absolutely fabulous. Thank you so much for joining us. We didn't have time to talk about all the arts education that's happening and sometimes not happening. We need funding for that as well. Hopefully next time. Thanks again for joining us today.
Thank you.
For more information on today's topic, you can head to artservemichigan.org. Today's Comcast Newsmaker was Jennifer Goulet, the president and CEO of ArtServe Michigan.